Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited to have Mr. Simon back here today to talk about the 2023 Simmer Awards. So thank you so much for coming back here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me as always. And I know that people that are listening to the podcast just heard me like a couple weeks ago and are listening to me again. But I love being here. So
That's so funny because that episode was filmed
yeah, for us it's
so
like months ago.
for us, yeah, for anyone listening, they're like, wow, you just her.
I just heard of you like yesterday.
Right. Like, oh my God. Like she's like interviewing the same people in the same month. Like,
Oh, she has just no more simmers to talk to.
So I would even know you're welcome back here anytime. But
I love it here.
before we talk about the 2023
Simmers of
Summer
words.
Awards, why don't you tell us a little about yourself, a little bit of your Sims history?
Well, I have been a Sims player since basically I just learned to turn on a computer. So I have always played all the games and I loved this franchise so much. And I started to make videos and post content online because I enjoying this franchise, enjoying the game, especially with The Sims 4 being such a huge game online and a lot of people being into the community. I wanted to start, interacting with the community, and slowly I grew my little corner of the internet. And then I really wanted to create something for the community. And in 2020, I created the Simmers Awards to give back a little to the community, to make something cute and nice and fun for everybody.
I love that. We got to take a quick break. Talk to me about the 2022 Summer
Well,
Awards.
yeah, the 2022, the last year's
The
Simmers
last
Awards.
year, it exceeded your expectations 10
Oh,
times over.
it was amazing. It was amazing. It was the first time that I started, like, I created a page on Instagram because I always worked mostly on Twitter. So creating an Instagram page as well, and having both of those communities interact, because I think like there's not that many people that interact on both.
Mhm.
So having both sides interact, it was amazing. There was so many people being like interested in the awards because it was the first time they would like listen, like heard that they were a thing. And it was amazing. It was so much support from all the people on the Instagram side. Lovely, amazing people that reached out and asked, oh, how can I help? How can I interact with these? What should I do? Like, how do I vote and everything? It was just great. And we reached basically the peak of the most votes, I think, last year. Yeah, I think last year was the most voted awards yet. So
That's do you remember how many people voted?
I think it was just under 5,000 votes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
That's
incredible.
that is crazy. Like that's a lot of people that
I
come
know.
out and vote. And as someone who's won back to back years, it's really
Hmm.
cool to see the community coming out and like voting for you as as a content creator. It's a very thankless job. Like
Yeah,
let's call a spade, okay? We put content out there here. You either like it, which we sometimes hear back, but if you don't like it, I get fucking essays of messages of saying, well, I
hmm,
don't like it, but it's cool to have a little community around you coming out to vote for you and then seeing your name in lights. You're like,
yeah.
oh, like this, I'm now validated.
Yeah, and that's
Uh,
exactly also why when I do like this voting and I get all the names, of course the top six moves on into the final voting to
mhm.
decide who's the best or whatever. I do put out all the names of everyone that was voted in every category because I want everybody to see, oh, I was voted in this. Maybe I didn't like get the most votes, but it still was voted because somebody thought of me and put my name in. And I think like that's so nice to see for everybody, like smaller creators especially, that don't get this recognition every day.
Oh, absolutely. As someone who created this platform for opportunities, I've just started reaching out now, even though season two is coming to an end, guys, soon. I really do promise
So
season
sad.
two is it's been going on for like a year and a half now. Like it's coming to like I started filming season two when I was 28 and it will end out halfway to 31. So
Whoa.
it's been a lot of time in the making. So but it's nice I'm reaching out to a lot of maybe smaller creators that would be really scared to reach out to me and being like, hey, like, do you want to be interviewed? And everyone's response is like,
You want me?
like me? And I'm like, of course. Like, it's just, again, it's just cool to kind of have your moment in the sun. So anyways, we're here, we're 2023. Talk to me about this season.
Yeah.
Have you added any additional categories, and have you removed any additional categories?
So the first thing that I did with all the categories is change the language of
Okay.
all the categories. I went from best in this category or whatever to favorite, because I think I took it from the People Choice Awards. They use the favorite person of whatever instead of best, because I feel like favorite makes more sense since it's community voted, and it's like the favorite from the community. So everybody is going to be favorite simmer on Instagram, favorite simmer on Twitter, favorite simmer on YouTube, and all of that. And then I also added a few other categories that people asked for, and I thought like they were needed. I added the favorite Sims free play simmer, so people that play on Sims free play, and favorite mobile simmer that play on Sims Mobile. I also added the machinima voice actor, like you asked, you told me to, and I it was great, actually, great suggestions. And I also added the favorite Sims Facebook group, because I feel like since I removed the Facebook category originally because it wasn't really a category that people were interested in, and they voted just random names, basically. I wanted to still have a little bit of the Facebook community on it, and I felt like having the groups instead of like a single creator made more sense. So that's the other category that I added. And finally, the last category that I changed was the series. I specifically now say that it's a series on any platform. So it doesn't have to be a series, like a YouTube series of videos, because that's what most people thought.
Yeah.
And they were posting like, oh, this series on YouTube and whatever, which, you know, those are also great. But I was thinking also like a series like on a blog, a personal blog, and like blog posts, or like a series of pictures that you post on Twitter or on Instagram, and you do like a little story with the pictures. Like, so all of those stories are included in that.
I've been nominated in that category for 2 years back to back for a Simstagram story. So I appreciate that clarification, because so many people would be like, what? It's gotta go doesn't compete with Little Simsy. And I'm like, it's a book series. It's a book series. It's just a series. It's no different than a TV series to a movie series to a webcomic series.
So I wanted to specify that just to make sure that people were like, oh, so any series on any platform can, you know, be nominated in that. And I wanted to do that.
I like that. Was Tumblr an option, out of curiosity?
It was originally, like,
okay.
I think I removed that in 2022. So in 2021 and 2020, Tumblr was there, but there were like very few names, so I took it out originally. I could still bring it in. There's still time as recording. So if I see that people are interested, I'm gonna also ask on the Discord channel that I have specifically for the awards to see if people are interested on the award for Tumblr page, because I took that out originally. So I want to see if there's like a little people want to know.
Yeah, no, I was always curious about that. And thank you for putting in the suggestion for Machinima voiceover actor. When I hosted the Machinima Awards, I got to see the voting process in the background. And that was one that a lot of people went out for, because voice actors do not get enough credit.
That's true.
In the Machinima community. Obviously Machinima directors, because that I'm sure Machinima is its own category, if I remember from last year.
There's the Machinima series, Machinima director, and now the Machinima voice actor.
Right? Vote for me for Amy. Biased on this one. But it's just cool to see, because I think there's like 15 of us that are voice actors in this community, and it's just kind of nice to kind of get a little bit like fun.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so much fun bringing literally a Sims to life. Literally.
Yeah.
Right?
You give them their voice, but you give them also personality and everything. And I think it's such a huge job, because people probably don't realize how much work it goes behind a Machinima series, like all the directing and everything, but also like voice actor that are like basically it's acting, and it's a hard job. People don't understand that. I don't think people understand that how hard it is to act. and like convey emotions when you're just like, especially when you're just voice acting, you're not actually acting in like in a movie. So I really wanted to point that category out to make sure that those people are recognized as well.
I'm super glad anybody who, you know, likes Sillysimmuzgames wants to know, like, reach out to the director, get those actors and actresses nominated, because it is a blast to be a voice actor, but it's also even better to get nominated, because it's the closest thing that we're gonna get to an Oscar.
Yes. Well, you know, it's not really an Oscar, but it's close. So
it's the closest in the Sims community.
It's the Sims Oscar.
It's the Sims Oscars of Oscarness. Okay, like that has to be the
That's basically it.
Yeah. So something that I super love, and I know that when we were here talking a year ago, you were a little hesitant to bring the awards back, but after me screaming in your ear saying Instagram is friendly, what big changes did you see from 2021 into 2022 awards?
Oh, the biggest change was how people reacted to the awards. I think people especially on the Instagram side, were super supportive, not only of the awards as a concept, but also of all the people that were nominated, the people that were voted, the winners and everything. And I know a couple of the winners also just got a huge like boost in like people coming into the profile and be like, oh, I didn't know you, and now I follow you and I love your stuff. And I know that's exactly why I made the awards the first place. And it's great that I saw that, especially on the Instagram side, which is always the loveliest side of the community, apparently.
You mean not the dumpster fire side, like the Twitter side?
and as always, as I told you all the time, I love Twitter. I love the Twitter side of the community.
I know you
but
do.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's a little it's like a little rabbit dog that is cute from the afar, and sometimes when you get close to them, they start barking, and you're like, I don't know if I want to touch you now.
See, how I look at it is Instagram is like a warm chocolate chip cookie. It is so warm and delicious, and everyone is so friendly. Twitter is like an old oatmeal raisin dad cookie that's been out on the counter for like a week, and the raisin, is it raisins? We don't know anymore.
We don't know
It's
anymore.
raisins.
Yeah,
I can't say anything.
Like that.
Love you, X community, if you listen to me on there, if that's
whatever it's called now.
Whatever it's called. But no, I'm really glad that 2022 was a much bigger success. Now, I always like to clarify this because now I have a lot more listeners, and I'm sure people are going to listen to this and want to go out and vote. This is 100% community voting based, correct?
Yes. 100%. I do not put my hands in the voting, except just to make sure that in each category, if there's like requirements, the simmer that it's voted has the requirements for that category. So especially like when there's the different subscribers numbers, I want to make sure that there's not like a huge simmer in a small, like the 100k subscribers simmers, that it is in the under 1000 subscriber category. I want to make sure that they're all set correctly. And I know people sometimes mess up, so I want to make sure that everything is correct. And that's the only times that I put my hands in the voting. The rest, it's all community voted. I don't even vote. Just so I don't vote. My vote does not go in because I want to be 100% unbiased.
Okay. I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that as a person. I don't think I'd have the same restraint if I had. But as we know, I am a full-on Slytherin, so
meddling with the votes and the numbers.
You were my friend. No, I wouldn't do that.
No, of course.
Okay, so any other fun tidbits that we can look forward to for 2023? Talk to me. So nominations. So this podcast is coming out today when nominations are coming out. So talk to me. Okay. How can my listeners go and vote for these awards?
So if you look up the Simmers Awards, I think it's the same name either on Instagram and Twitter as Simmers Awards. That's the whole name. You look up, you find the account, and there should be a link in the description for a Google Doc. It's probably going to be also in my stories on Instagram. It's going to be in a bunch of posts on Twitter and everywhere I can put it. Also, it's going to be in the Discord. If you are in the Discord, or if you want to join the Discord, there is a link to the Discord as well. And you can click on the Google form, and you don't have to like add any personal data. I don't want your emails. I don't want anything. Just give me your votes for each category. There's going to be a full page with 47 categories, which is a lot, I know. It's a lot of categories, but I wanted to be as thorough as possible with everything. And then there's going to be a little fun thing, which is a new thing. I actually did that in 2022, but I did that personally that time. I made the Thankful Awards, which are awards that I wanted to give to people that really had an impact on the community for their work online, either for representation or for still what they did to better the game and the community. This time, since I wanted still these awards to be completely community voted, the Thankful Awards are going to be also community voted. So you can add in your name and also give me the reason why this person should be receiving a Thankful Award.
Okay. And what, how can you be nominated for, like, obviously you just go in, but like, what specific traits are you looking for to be nominated for the Thankful Award? Are you looking for someone that has changed the Sims community in the last year? Like, kind of give me some examples.
Yeah, especially something that happened like in the last year, or in the whole like time online. If they did something that you feel is deserved of recognition because of what they did, like if they, for example, last year, people that were nominated were Ex Mira Mira and Ebony Sims for their work on representation for better skin tones in the game, and their work behind the scenes with the team as well, since they work with the team directly for the better representation in game for the skin tones. So they received the awards for that example. That's an example. So anybody that it's like doing community stuff to better the community in some way. So I know there's some people that are sharing, for example, change.org petitions to change stuff for the game, especially like I know there's one that is specifically about wanting an African word to have African representation in game. For example, the person that is sharing that could be a person that gets nominated because they want to, better the community and better the game in that sense.
Okay, I think that's very, very good. I'm always curious to see like who could be up for the Thankful Awards, because there are so many amazing community members out there that do deserve, because we are out here trying to make the game better, because let's be honest, everybody, EA doesn't make the Sims, the community makes the Sims, and we're the 100%. Ones that bring the game to life. So I'm very excited to see who will be nominated in that category, and as well for all the categories that this year. So I know last year you broke out the category, so like say it was by region of Simmer. Are you doing that again this year as well, to make sure that everyone is properly represented?
Yes, there is all the different categories for there's going to be a POC category specifically just to encompass everybody. But also there's going to be best the favorite Black Simmer, Asian Simmer, Pacific Islander, there's the Native American, there is Latino or Latina Simmer, Middle Eastern. I think I said them all.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, I wanted to keep that because I felt like it's needed to make sure that everybody gets their spot.
Exactly. Okay, so voting starts on the 8th. We've talked about how to do that. When does the first round of voting wrap up?
Since usually it would end like in the middle of December, but this time I'm moving the dates a little further because of For Rent, the expansion pack. I decided to move also that date a little further. So it's going to be on the 22nd. It's going to be the end of the nominations. And that's when I'm going to post who the top 6 most voted in each category is. And then that on the 22nd, it's going to be when it's actually going to start the voting process for the final winner. And then on the 31st of December, I'm posting all the winners.
It's literally the best way to end the year.
Yeah.
Literally, last year I was at my mom's because I was going to a wedding on the 30th. So
Okay.
I was sitting with my mom and the nominations came out and I won Best Sims podcast. I fucking cried.
I love that.
My mom was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like,
What's
"I'm
happening?
this podcast." I'm 20 because at that point I was still a baby. I was such a baby. I was like 80 episodes in, baby. Like I
Look
didn't.
at you now.
I know. I got sponsors, babies. I got this show. You know, to insane amounts, and I just like my hard work paid off, and the community came and voted, and I literally cried, and my mom's like, "You're so precious, but we have to go."
But also we need to go right now.
We need to go. I was like, I'm like literally sitting on the couch because like I saw like this person's winning, and I was just shaking, and I'm like, podcast one hasn't come out yet. Because that's the only one I ever have a chance of winning. I don't know. I'm just like, oh my god. And then it came. I was like,
who knows?
But
Also, I forgot to say, I want to post every winner and every category separately on Instagram, because last time I did like a single 10 photos in one. But it's kind of bad because I want everybody to have their spot. So I'm gonna do like 40 posts. So be ready if you follow me on Instagram. You're gonna get spammed. It's fine.
I love it. But I'm so excited for these awards. Thank you so much for doing this. The community thanks you for doing this because it's just a really fun way at the end of the year to kind of wrap up the year and kind of reminisce of what the year for the community is like. We'll have had 3 expansion packs this year.
Oh yeah,
that's insane.
That's huge,
and they're good. They're not garbage, which is shocking. It's just kind of a nice way to kind of like wrap up and be like, now sending 2023 off and welcoming 2024.
And welcoming, yeah, exactly.
Well,
the new year.
I'm very, very excited to be talking to you about these awards and kind of seeing how they play out. Because I love messaging you by being like, how is it going?
How is it going?
How is it going? Well,
how many people voted?
Yes. How's it going? But Sam, is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up today?
I think the only thing that I want to talk about, and I did it last year as well, and I think it's fun to have. I'm gonna post a picture of like a red carpet, and you're gonna be able to Photoshop your Sims on it.
Yes.
And I love doing that because people like go off, especially like I saw some pictures. They were like dressing up their Sims like super elegant and ready for the red carpet, and then photoshopping them and airbrushed beautiful pictures. I love doing that, so I'm gonna do that again this year.
Honestly, so excited. It's been me and my fiance the last 2. That'll be me and my husband. Because I have him, and every year I'm like, because I did it the last 2 years. I did the same thing for the Mishima Awards. I was like, my baby is my date to these awards. Well, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see how these years votes go. If anyone has any questions, please reach out to Simon. He will be able to answer any questions. Or if you have any questions that maybe I can answer, which will be probably slim because I'll probably pass you over to Simon, but please feel free to reach out to me as well. Simon, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I just want people to go off, vote for everybody that you want to support. You can vote for yourself, as always. I always say that you can vote for yourself. Just do it in a reasonable way. Like, don't spam your name in every category because that's a little too much. Especially when you don't fit in these categories, it's a little too much. But always, as always, I want people to have fun and enjoy these awards, and always don't take it too serious as well, because it's just for fun, and people don't actually win anything.
That's true.
Just win a little picture on my Instagram.
That's 100% true. We win the sake of bragging rights for an
Yeah,
entire year.
yeah, exactly. Bragging rights and a fun little picture. That's everything that you get.
I love it. Well, Simon, thank you so much for coming here today. And
Thank you.
the nominations are out. So if you're listening
Yes.
to this and you want to go nominate your favorite simmer, the link is going to be below. Please consider nominating myself for
Yes.
best podcast of the year. I would love to win it back to back.
Oh my God. Would that be 3 times in a row?
So first year was best YouTube under 1,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was
Okay.
basically the video portion of this podcast.
Yeah, because I didn't have the podcast category. I added it later.
Under the Plum Bob won it for when I did YouTube,
Okay.
and then me and Under the Plum Bob came pretty neck to neck.
Well, you would be a winner 3 times in a row, though.
Yeah, I would be a winner 3 times in a row.
So let's vote for you.
Yeah, so I would love to win Podcast of the Year, but there are other amazing Sims podcasts out there as well. So please also go and nominate them. Under the Plum Bob, Guilty as Sims, what's the Simmers Digest, Llama Drama. Please go nominate for them as well. Please nominate me for best voice actor. Amy.
Also best voice actor.
Best voice actor. And you can pick Amy and Davenport or Amy. Prefer Amy and the Reaper. But either or, I play Amy in both. Please go nominate if you'd like for best Sim series, Rose Chronicles.
Also, yes.
Please nominate
YouTube.
It's
Instagram.
been awesome. Instagram. I got some fun ass memes. Please go. And as we like, I like to roast the Sims as much as everybody else.
Great memes.
I fucking love memes. Because I'm old now. I'm like, it's funny.
And I'm like, I actually find meme funny now.
I do.
They're funny.
Please go support my Instagram page, as we are continuously doing written interviews for the whole month. So please continue to support my Instagram channel. And yeah, and if you like what I do, please consider voting for me. And I think, Simon, that's everything.
I think that is everything.
I think
thinking about it, but yeah, that's everything.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming. Like I said, if you like this, if you like me, please go vote for me. Please go vote for everybody in the Sims community. Let's make this the best year of the Sims Awards. I think we can.
More than 5,000 votes.
Oh, we're gonna.
I wanna smash that.
We're gonna smash that. We're gonna double. We're gonna do 10. I believe in us.
Oh my God, that would be crazy to count.
We're gonna double it. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna triple it. We're gonna make it.
Okay.
So you're like, can we just an extra couple of thousand?
Okay, like 1,000 more. That's great. Actually, 100 more votes than last year would be amazing.
5,100 kids. That's the goal. Stassi's goal is 15,000, but I always shoot for the stars. Well, Simon, thank you so much for coming here today and sharing the awards. The links are going to be below for you to go nominate anybody that you would love to nominate in this category. And Simon, like I said, it is an absolute pleasure talking to you. You are welcome back here anytime. And please go check out our episode where I gave Simmer Spotlight, which was a couple weeks ago. So please.
I listened to it and I forgot everything that we talked about. And it was so fun to listen to.
Oh my
I
God.
loved it.
I'm glad. I'm the same way. No one's more surprised than me of when interviews come out of what we talked about.
I was like, oh my God, we talked about it, right? That was fun.
It was so long. And please go check out Simon, the links are below for his personal, and as well, please go check out the Simmy Awards. And everyone have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.